Belly Gang Kushington, 21 Savage, what the fuck going on? Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Reviews Season 12. How y'all doing? Welcome to the show. We're back with a new episode and a new rapper. You know, sometimes I go, in order to me to review a new rapper, at least you have to be trending on something. And you have to be trending, you have to be, maybe have a popular feature to get me started listening to your music. You have to have something that entices me. And today, we got this guy who has a terrible rap name, by the way. I mean, Belly Gang Kushington. I mean, like, and people abbreviate it in the comments. They just say Belly Gang Kush. So why is your name not called that? Why is it called Cushioning? I don't know. But we got 21 Savage on this song, so let's just get into it. This is what the fuck going on. I'm going to be honest with you, the way Belly Gang, I'm just going to call him Belly Gang. The way Belly Gang raps on here, I just can't really understand what he's saying. He's got that, thick, Atlanta, accent. And, sometimes you listen to that accent, you just kind of go, well, maybe the flow's hard, he's flowing on the beat, but I really don't know what he's saying. So that's probably a problem with this man's music. But, I've never really reviewed his tracks. I have no idea what his music sounds like. I have no idea if he makes more of this music. I have absolutely no clue who Belly Gang Kush is. This is literally my first impressions. I mean, this is, how you get a first impression going on. And is this first impression any good? Well, I will say, this first impression is not bad. Let's talk about the beat. The beat actually sounds really fucking fire. I like the horns. I like the sample. I like the trap beat. I like the hard elements that are in this song. I think overall it sounds pretty fire. Nothing too bad here. Nothing, where it sounds awful or anything. This actually sounds pretty fucking good in my opinion. And also, I will say this. I enjoy the hard 808 trap beat, but I'm glad that it's got some nice horns on it. I'm glad it's got a nice melody sound to it, because that thing can easily get stuck in your head. So, beat's not bad. I would prefer, some beat switches, maybe some other switch-ups on this whole entire song. But, it's not bad. I think it gets the job done overall. The bass is going crazy. The drums are going crazy. The trap elements are absolutely there. So, for a first-time listen to Belly Gang Kush, I think this is a perfect beat to kind of get you put on. So, good 808s, good trap beat, good, nice melody sound to it. Overall, not really bad. Gets the job done. Not too, ass, not too bad, not too, generic, too, which I do like. So, this beat overall is pretty fucking fire. Starting off with the beginning verse, I'd say the beginning verse is okay. I mean, the flow's a little too slow for me. I wish Belly Gang Kush had some, flow switches going on. I do like the vocals. I do like how he sounds on this beat. I like the kind of hardness that he's coming on here with. But, I'm needing some flow switches. I'm needing some, some switch-ups. Just some switch-ups overall. Maybe some vocal switch-ups. Maybe some flow switch-ups to kind of keep the song going. Because this song kind of suffers, having that 5-second loop sound. You hear that first 5 seconds, and that first 5 seconds is the whole entire song. And I think that's a big problem with Belly Gang Kush's music so far as I'm listening to. Now, I don't know if he's flowing really good on other songs, or he's having flow switches, or having anything like that. But so far, what I've heard from this song, definitely needs some flow switches, definitely needs some vocal switch-ups, just something to keep the song sounding fresh. Now, let's talk about the hook, the what the fuck going on hook. I mean, the hook is okay. I like the flow of the hook. I like it when those horns really start popping out. And overall, it's not a bad sounding hook. Now, is it anything, that I've heard from, every single other rapper? Yes. And that's kind of the problem. This hook is definitely generic. Definitely doesn't have a lot going on hook-wise. It's kind of just the same, 5-second flow looped over and over and over again. There's absolutely nothing really fresh to this hook. So that's my big complaint. I think this hook could be better with some good ad-libs, maybe some beat switches, maybe some flow switches, just something to keep you enticed throughout the whole entire hook. That's what is definitely missing. Something to keep you roped in, something to keep you listening. I think this is just the overall too generic sounding hook that I've heard from every single other rapper. So, hook, pretty generic in my opinion. 21 Savage's verse. 21 Savage sounded okay on this song. I do like the flow. I'm just going to tell y'all straight up, though, these lyrics are just absolutely insane. I've never been one to really pay attention to 21 Savage's lyrics because half the time it's the usual rap shit, so I don't really care. But when he says something that just kind of like perplexes me, kind of surprises me, that this man says he's going to pee all over this girl's titties. He's going to pee in her mouth. And then he's also rapping about oatmeal, like in this song, in this verse alone. I mean, it just comes off so, like, random, so, like, what the fuck am I even hearing? And I just want to say this, what the fuck is 21 Savage rapping about? I just named those 2 lyrics, and he says those, like, so clearly, so, like, with so much confidence that it kind of, like, you know, makes me go, what the fuck am I even listening to, you know? Like, what the hell? So overall, when we talk about Belly Gang Kushington, 21 Savage, what the fuck going on? What the fuck was that 21 Savage verse? That shit was fucking kind of crazy. You know, for my first time listening to Belly Gang Kush, unless his other songs become trending, I'm not going to be checking out any of his other music. You know, it's the typical Atlanta rapper sound. I mean, that's just kind of all it is. From flows to the hook wise to even the beat wise, I do like the beat, but I mean, have I heard this from every other rapper? Yes. 21 Savage had a crazy ass verse. You know, not crazy flow wise, not switching up his flow, not adding any value on there. Of course, it's just the lyrics. He just has to say that he's peeing in a bitch's mouth, peeing on a bitch's titties. That's like all he has to fucking say. So overall, I'm going to give this song probably like I'll give it a 5 out of 10. 5 out of 10, guys. What y'all think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. If you're on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you get your podcasts at, make sure you follow, turn on notifications, guys. We're dropping new content every single day. And for Wednesday night, we have an album review coming out Wednesday night. It's not going to be a fun one. I don't think I'm going to be in a good mood after I do this album review, but you know, we got a pretty good album review coming out tomorrow night, so get ready for that. And I'll see you later. You have a good one. Yeah, guys. Bye.